Hi, welcome to the August episode of Let's Talk Tech. They call these the dog days of summer. So I was curious where that saying began. The history around the saying ranges from Sirius, the dog star. During the dog days period, the sun occupies the same region of the sky as Sirius, the brightest star visible from any part of Earth. For the ancient Romans, the dog days of summer occurred from July 24th to around August 24th, and the dog days were believed to be a time of drought, bad luck, and unrest when dogs and men alike would be driven mad by the extreme heat. Yikes! According to the Farmer's Almanac, though, they are from July 3rd to August 11th, and thankfully we live in a milder climate with fewer dog days. Each month, the show covers a variety of topics, but today's episode is going to be a bit different than usual, and will focus mostly on scams and other safety issues. With cybercrime at an all-time high, the focus today is on how to keep you as safe as possible and make you aware. But before we jump into that, a few tech history tidbits. The first computer user group was founded on August 22nd, 1955, just following a Los Angeles symposium hosted by IBM. The outcome of the meeting was the first computer user groups called SHARE. The name was chosen to promote the idea of sharing information and programs between installations. And then on August 4th, 1988, a computer shut down the space shuttle launch. Only a few seconds before ignition, the computer went down and the space shuttle Discovery was not able to launch. Cybersecurity attacks are flourishing, from our own community all the way to the federal government. So like wearing a seatbelt, looking both ways when you cross the street, and other things you do to keep safe, to prevent an accident, you can take steps to protect yourself from nefarious criminals and make sure that even if they try, the damage is minimized. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to August, the dog days of summer.
Hi, Debbie. I am doing my best to stay cool this summer, but it is just not easy.
No, but it was a beautiful day for the golf cart parade. Oh. We had so much fun.
Well, you had a lot of fun.
I did. The rubber chicken was my friend. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today as we role play some of the real life scenarios with cyber crooks. We're going to just start with my favorite, just hang up.
Okay. So I guess I go first.
Right.
And here we go. Hello.
Hi, Miss Stritch. This is the IRS. I regret to inform you that due to unpaid taxes, we will be seizing your bank account and beginning legal action against you.
What? I don't owe any taxes.
According to my records, you do. But we can solve this today if you're willing to pay $500 right now.
Oh my goodness. This is terrible. I don't know how this happened.
Well, it appears there was a mistake, but now we must take action, and if you don't pay today, we will have no choice but to start that legal action.
No. What do you need from me now to stop this?
Well, I can take a credit card number.
Okay.
This is one of the most common scams, fear. This is often by phone where the caller tells you that a relative needs help in another state or country, you've committed a crime, you owe the IRS, or there's a problem with your bank account. All of those would immediately cause you to become fearful of wrongdoing, and cyber criminals prey on that fear and stress and anxiety to elicit you to surrender to their request. The IRS will not call you, period. Just hang up. These crooks know how to sound official, make you immediately question yourself, so just hang up and block the number. Here's another.
Hello.
Hi, Cheryl. This is Officer Jones from the Laguna Beach Police Department, and this call's being recorded. You missed your jury duty, so we have to put out a warrant for your arrest.
Oh my goodness. This is awful. What can I do?
Well, you could use your credit card to pay the warrant. So if you have your credit card information, we can take that over the phone and this will all stop.
Well, how much?
Well, it's about $100.
Oh, okay, let me get my purse.
Stop. Do not give anyone your credit card information over the phone if you did not instigate the call. Warrants are never paid in this manner, and if you miss a jury duty notice, you'll get something else in the mail, not a phone call. Here's another law enforcement scam. Hi, this is Officer Jones of the OC Sheriff's Department. We're collecting money for the family of the hero who helped save people recently at your local church.
Excuse me, what is your name? What is your badge number?
This is known as preying on human nature to be helpful. Humans want to trust and help one another. So these calls and even emails implore you to help someone you know, or if you're working, someone at your company, or something like a local tragedy. If you want to donate to a cause, be sure that you make the initial contact. And here's another.
Hi, Grandma. This is Jane. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. And I need you to send me money right away. Oh, please don't call my mom. Can you please help me?
Oh, Jane, what happened? Oh my goodness. What can I do? What do you want me to do?
Oh, Grandma, can you get a green dot? You know, can you wire me some money?
Just hang up. It's not your granddaughter or any other family member. In this real scenario, the crooks found the granddaughter's name from an obituary. So Cheryl, what's the moral of the story? Just hang up.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Get the latest updates on what's happening in Laguna Woods Village. Watch This Day with Lisa Hart every Monday through Saturday, or watch anytime on our YouTube channel, Village Television.
Hi, honey. I have a big problem.
Whoa, dear, what is it? You sound really stressed.
No, it's all right. It's just, never mind.
Well, now I'm worried. So can you please tell me what's wrong?
Well, I got into a little money trouble and just don't know what is going to happen. If I can come up with the money quickly, my money's in a CDs and I won't be able to access it for a few months.
Oh, that sounds bad. Well, how much do you need?
Well, $5,000. If I could pay that debt, I wouldn't be so stressed. And I know I didn't plan well, and it's my fault. It's so dumb of me.
Well, when is your CD going to come available?
Oh, in about 2 months.
Well, I guess I could loan you the money. I can wire it to your bank, and then you can pay me back in 2 months. I think I can swing that without too much money trouble of my own.
No, I can't let you do that.
Oh, it's fine. I don't want you to get so stressed that you get sick again. Just give me the information for the bank transfer.
Well, can you just use Venmo or Zelle and send it to my email address?
Well, you all can probably guess what happened. The man was a crook, and he developed the relationship with a poor, lonely woman over several months simply to gain her trust and steal her money. Once she sent the $5,000 to him, he was gone. Her texts and calls went to an out-of-service phone number, and the email address was no longer valid. Meeting people online is okay, but you must be very careful and check them out. Criminals are skilled at deceiving, so it's not easy to figure them out, particularly if you're the person that isn't local and you can't really go anywhere and see them. Not that that's perfect either. No matter what they tell you, if it comes to your money, what's yours should stay yours. And banking app scams continue to run rampant. Recently, a friend got a call from her bank, or at least that's what the caller ID said, and that's called spoofing. And they were telling her that she was trying to initiate a Zelle payment and had her granddaughter's name. She began to question them and then asked to speak to a supervisor. Of course, they quickly hung up. So she got in her car, went to her bank, and the crooks had already taken money out of her account. Her email was hacked several months ago, and it was likely that the information they gleaned at that time was used to instigate the current attack because they knew the granddaughter's name. The Zelle payment app scams are very sophisticated and difficult. They have real information, spoof the phone number of your actual bank, and even the most astute person could be scammed. So you might be wondering how to avoid all this. Be diligent, know who you send money to using Zelle and the exact amounts, and the only way this will work is if you somehow interact with the text or the phone call. If you get a call or text, don't respond. Hang up and contact your bank on a verified phone number. Now, let's talk about the incessant text. They are getting really clever. The reality is that you won't really get legitimate texts from your banks that require a response. A few legitimate texts that I've received recently was one from Social Security asking me to log into my account. However, you would never click a link from your phone. You should go to a computer, log into a secure browser. Many companies now ask you to opt in to receiving texts from them, but think carefully about doing that before you say yes. I went to a new doctor and they sent me a text about filling out paperwork ahead of time. I was really concerned about that link, so I called and verified that the link was legitimate before clicking it. You can confirm the phone number they use and create a contact that matches the number, and that way you know that you did your due diligence too. On the screen right now, you see a bogus text. This is actually real and from one of our viewers. If you receive random texts like this, just block the number and delete it. In this case, I was able to research it and find it was some type of animated GIF of cats falling out of the sky. And there was obviously more to it, but I was nervous and didn't go any further. Now the text you see on the screen is legitimate. I was at Whole Foods and wanted to log into my Amazon account to get my discount. Because I have two-factor authentication enabled, I received this text in the store to confirm. And here are some other real texts that I've received. They look okay, but how do you really know the difference between fiction with a text? The biggest clue is, are you involved with anything related to the subject of the text? If you aren't expecting a package, if you don't get text from a doctor, if you're not sending money via a banking app, it's more than likely a scam, so just delete it. And nothing is foolproof. And in fact, you don't need to feel like a fool if you made a mistake. It's happening to even the most diligent. You simply have to watch everything carefully and notify your bank or credit card company for an anomaly. In fact, if you aren't sure, still contact them. Better to cry wolf in these cases. A bank would really rather you are paying attention and let them know. And set up every alert you can on your credit card and banking to have notification come with a transaction over a certain amount. I use $25. Yes, you will get a text from your bank, but it won't ask you to do anything. It just lets you know that it happened. And a reminder about emails too. Urgency. During the past year, you probably ordered something or many things online. And if you get an email from the company telling you that your credit card information must be confirmed immediately, and if you don't do this right now, that your information is being at risk of being stolen by criminals, you'd want to make sure that didn't happen by responding without thinking. Don't do it. If you used your credit card, they won't ask you to re-verify. It's a scam. Curiosity in emails or pop-ups. Human nature includes curiosity about events in the news, emails with attachments that claim a real story about a plane crash or shooting or a robbery, entice you to open it and read the content. And a virus could be embedded that immediately affects your computers. There are many techniques used by cybercriminals, but here are the most prevalent, so stay tuned.
As we advance through the years, challenges in our daily activities arise. Lake Forest Services hire caregivers that go through stringent screening and compliance processes for assistance in all daily activities. Qualified veterans may also receive care as a VA benefit. We also provide full-service palliative and hospice care through Lake Forest Hospice. Our medical director and his team accommodates house calls to those in need. We exist to create seamless transitions that enhance quality of life.
So let's talk about baiting and phishing again. Facebook is a big place for cybercrime. Please do not play those name games where you have to click and answer questions. By clicking on the link alone, you've put yourself and all your Facebook friends and family at risk. They seem fun and harmless, but they're not. They're called clickbait because they're baiting you just like putting a worm on a fishing line. Don't do it, and warn your friends about the dangers of doing that too. The ability for this information to get into the wrong hands is very easy. They are extremely sophisticated. Another form of baiting and phishing is getting an email that asks you to click a link for more information or open an attachment. Unless you're certain you got this from a reputable person, don't click or open it. An example of this could be an email sent to you from a service that alerts you about something requiring immediate action, such as a required password change. It may contain a virus that will infect your computer or device. To check who really sent that email, you can hover your cursor, the little arrow, over the sender's name, right-click, and see who actually sent it. It'll show up. Here's an example of a spam message on the screen that seeks to reach the good nature of a charity and is actually from a company unrelated to this at all. Phishing can be done in a variety of ways, including deceptive emails requesting more information, text messages to your phone, or visiting websites, all designed to steal your personal information. Another example of phishing and baiting is a text on your phone about a package delivery that is totally bogus, just like we talked about earlier in the show. And as the holidays approach again in a few months, this will be a constant problem. Taking precautions here is of utmost importance, and it's not realistic in most cases to just stop using email, social media, or your computer to find information. Taking your time to do a little investigation can save you hours of angst in trying to undo the trouble it will cause. Check to make sure the email sender is legitimate by right-clicking again on the address and reading the content, as there are often spelling errors or the writing isn't grammatically correct. You can even call the sender and see if they sent the email to you, but that's not always foolproof either. Don't open attachments unless you are 100% sure you know where they came from and completely trust the sender. And then there's something called scareware. Scareware is usually seen on a computer, and suddenly a legitimate-looking pop-up banner appears on your screen while you're on the internet, showing messages like, your computer may be infected with a harmful spyware program. At that point, by clicking that message to see what the problem is, it may ask you to install something to fix the problem, which is actually malware. It can also direct you to another site to get more information, which then infects your computer or sends your information to a third party. Don't take the bait. And antivirus softwares and firewalls do not always stop this, so never fall for this trick at all. The only pop-up you might see from them is telling you that you are going to start a scan of your device. Other than that, never click or install anything from a pop-up message. The only way to avoid cybercrime, and I say avoid, which is virtually impossible, is to never use the internet or a cell phone, which is not realistic. While nothing is 100% secure, using the internet and digital devices safely is possible by following a few rules and using good judgment. I wanted to mention this postcard I got in the mail from a browser called Brave. This is the first time I've ever received anything of this nature to my recollection, so I decided to do some research. Yes, it is free, and they claim they are a browser that is privacy safe and will protect your data, unlike Google. However, that's not quite correct. There are many rules and things you must review to make sure they are accurate, and they have a promotion plan for clicking, which means your data is still valuable to someone. The only difference is that they tell you up front that's the case. I'm not sold on this platform. Another safer search engine browser is called DuckDuckGo, and there's nothing behind their scenes like Brave.
How do you comfort a family who's experienced a loss? At O'Connor Mortuary, we start by welcoming them into our space, where families of all faiths and cultures belong. We allow them the time to process their grief, providing guidance when it's needed and listening intently when it's not. We gather the values, the stories, the relationships, and the dreams together and use them to shape the memory of their loved one into a beautiful experience they'll cherish forever. When your family is in need of true comfort, call O'Connor Mortuary.
This is the new app called Court Reserve. This is what you will be using in place of the old app formerly called Courts with a K. This is Courts Reserve. Take a look at what the icon looks like. You can get it at the Google Play Store or the App Store for your iPhones. Now let me take you into the login and setup screen. At this juncture, you would need to choose Join an Organization. Then you would have to search for Laguna Woods Village. And you see it pops up right away and you click Sign Up. Once you're here, you have to create your account. You'll have to go through and add in all of this information. One of the things you'll see here is membership and membership number. Those are two different things. The first one is, are you a permanent resident or a resident? So I would choose permanent resident. And then my membership number, where you see the membership number, that is your GRF number, your 6-digit GRF number on your ID card for GRF. After you've completed all of this, then you're going to click Create an Account. At this point, you're going to log in anytime you need to access the app on your device. So I'm going to click Log In, and now it's going to list my events, any events that I might have, any reservations I might have, book a tennis court, book a lighted tennis court, swim lane, ball machine, and then give me a list of any reservations, and then a player directory if you want to find other players that have registered. To go to the home, you press the home button, reserve, click the reserve button, register, click the register button, any alerts, and under more, you'll just see where you can change your personal information, add family members, your reservations, and there won't be any billing because it's a free service. And you can log out from there. And that's all there is to using Court Reserve. As we come to the end of the show, I want to give a big shout out to the PC Club volunteers led by Barbara Harris, who provide free tax preparation for our residents each year. They won an award from United Way as a result of their very hard work. So far in 2022, they have prepared 958 resident returns, resulting in refunds of taxpayers of nearly $600,000. Way to go, PC Club volunteers. And speaking of the PC Club, don't forget that we have several clubs here to help you with your technology needs. The PC Club and the Mac Club both have workshops on the 3rd floor of the community center and offer walk-in help and scheduled classes. The Video Club and the Camera Club also offer classes related to those topics. The Saddleback Emeritus program also offers free classes in some tech subjects. On tap for future classes from the PC Club will include transitioning to Windows 11, making your own website, which will be great for the clubs in our community, and even beginner coding with Python. So watch the Globe for details and get on the mailing list for the clubs to keep up with to the minute with all their happenings. And the info is up on your screen. Thank you as always for joining me today, and being aware of the dangers online is a big step to keeping safe. Remember, be kind when posting online, and have a wonderful day.